So quickly, let's solve this. If it is 6:30 p.m. today, what time will it be 200 hours from now and 200 hours ago? So don't forget we are using modulo 12. So 200 hours from now, that's going to be plus 200 divided by 12. Now we're going to divide quickly. Now let's see. How many 12 do we have in 2? 12 and 2 is 0, remainder 2. So 12 and 20, we give us what? That is 12 times 3, 24. That is 1, remainder 8. So 12 and 80, what are we going to get? 12 and 80, 12 times 6, 72. 12 times 7, 84. 7 is more than that, that is 6. Remainder what? 6, remainder 8. So we have 16, remainder 8. So what do we have? We have 8 modulo what? Modulo 12. But first of all, don't forget that for the fact that we are talking about what? We're talking about AM and PM. You're not just talking about the time. You're not just talking about 6:30. You're talking about either 6:30 p.m. or 6:30 a.m. So that means it's very important the kind of word answer that we have. On the norm, we ought not to have any business with the result with a 16. We don't really care if it's 16 or whatever. We really care about the remainder. It's the remainder that we really care about. Because the remainder will determine how many more hours you're going to add to the time that we have for us to get the present time after 200 hours. But now we have to look at the answer gotten. That will determine if it's going to be in PM or AM. Now don't forget, if it is even, if it is odd, I beg your pardon, if it is odd, the result will change. 3 a.m. plus 12 hours changed immediately from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. So if it is even, it remains the same. So what's the result? The result here is 16. 16 is even. It means it remains the same. It's not assuming it's 15. It means this very PM will become what? Will become AM. That will be 6:30 a.m. So after moving 16 rounds, which is an even result, even number of movements, it means we have the same word, the same PM. So it's going to be word 6:30 p.m. Why? Because of the 16 rounds of movement plus 8 hours plus 8 hours. So after 200 hours, that's in the next 200 hours, what do we have? 6:30 p.m. plus 8 hours, that's plus the next 8 hours, which is 8 modulo 12. What's going to be 6:30 to 12:30 is 6 hours. Then 12:30, 1:30, 2:30. So that's going to be 6:30 to 12:30. Then from there, we have 6:30 to 12:30 a.m., I beg your pardon. So that would then be 2:30 a.m. That is the result. So in the next 200 hours, if the time presently is 6:30 in the evening, then don't forget that after 16 times movement, we're going to come back to 6:30 p.m. Then 6:30 p.m. plus 8 hours, that will give us from 6:30 to 12:30 in the morning. Then from there down to 2:30. So it means the time is 2:30 a.m. So let's see what's going to be